So this is day 15, but it's quite late. It's already 10:30 already. So I'm gonna take a break from building the fantastical tree house today. But the good news is, one of the standard brick order that I placed about a month ago finally arrived. So it's all here. So we're gonna take a look at the bricks inside today. So this is the bags of parts that I ordered. So it actually a part of a bigger order. So it have some bestseller or bestseller pieces for that order. And this is the standard part bestseller order kind of arrive pretty quickly. So since Lego moving brick and pieces into pick brick, they have two types of parts, and the standard parts often takes nearly a month. It really depending on the situation. And I already actually checked the parts. Unfortunately, one of the more expensive parts was missing, and some of the parts have been damaged. Um, so yeah, I already sent an email to Lego to ask for another replacement. But yeah, it's actually a before they move into like bestseller and standard parts. It's actually the bricks and pieces service. For those of you that already a Lego fan that would already know, and it's a really good service. Especially you know you have some unique parts that you want extra, or unique parts that you don't want to buy sets for. Normally you can go through that, and back in the days the parts were pretty reasonable, but since the merging of the servers, some of the parts, I wouldn't say unaffordable, but it became a bit more expensive than you would have expected, and sometimes it might be just a better deal to buy the actual sets. But I still use Pick a Brick because some of the set is just too big, too expensive. And yeah, as long as it's not a licensed set, you do get some licensed parts sometimes. But so here we are. I bought some parts here. Then you might ask, you know, I don't have any plan, or I'm not really good at making my own creation. Why buy so many parts? So that's the one of the problem being a Lego addict, I would say, that you get into the phase where you obsess with some of the unique parts. So you just end up either buying the set for one part, or using this type of customer service to buy the parts that you want. But once it's arrived, it's like, what's the purpose? How should I utilize it? And you just end up hoarding a lots of lots of unique parts there. But I usually do buy them for the minifigures because, for example, the minifigure here um, probably can't get a close look, but if you go to my Instagram, I might have some images available. But my plan is not switching the camera, goes and close up. I may do a separate video later on, but these minifigures will be on my YouTube Shorts, maybe in the next week or so. But here are some of the minifigures that I bought that I don't want to buy a set. So this is from the Ninjago Dragon Rising theme. Um, it's quite funny because in a order that I placed a month before, I actually ordered the parts, but the helmet was sold out that time. And then, oh yeah, because some of the parts are retiring, so before they retire, I place an order alongside with some of the promo. And yeah, I thought, hey, I need to buy the helmet, but I forgot I actually got to buy the parts. So now I have extra minifigure just without the helmet. So I might have to think, hey, do I want to place the helmet again? So here, one minifigure. The other one is just a variant of Monkey Kid. I just go to Brickset and figure out what are the parts, and then look for the parts online. And then I get this variant of Monkey Kid. But unfortunately, I just realized he's supposed to has a tail, which I forgot to order. So because the shipping cost to New Zealand is quite high compared to other regions, so it's very uneconomical for me to just buy one parts for that. So I have to wait, and hopefully that part's still available. But it's still a very cool minifigure. So there are a bunch of other parts, like very unique minifigure heads that I ordered, and This one is a little girl with braces. It's actually from the collectible minifigure series, I think 23. But somehow the parts is now available on Pick a Brick, which is really cool. And there's some minifigure head that I needed for some of the minifigure that I often get in this situation where um, that I bought some of the parts, and then once it's arrived, then I realize that it's missing. But yeah, so a couple of minifigure heads, I'll just stack them up together so they don't roll around and end up rolling down onto the floor. Yeah, so there's some really cool minifigure facial expression that I thought is old, but actually it's new that I haven't had. And sometimes you did get unique printed parts like this with a printed phrase, a minifigure tribute. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this part, but it's a unique part. So it's not expensive, and it will help me to get to the threshold that I need for um, the gift with purchase in November. So if you recall, the whole Hocus Pocus house, right? That was 380 New Zealand dollars. I needed a little bit more to reach the 420 threshold. So, here are the parts to help me get from that threshold rather than, the thing is, there's some other sets that I want. It's either too expensive or the other cheaper set that I already have or the set that would fit my budget, but then it's sold out. And then we've got some plates here. It's a icy surface, but it's a cracking icy surface. It's using the Super Mario theme. I kind of like the design, uh, but again, how do I utilize it? And then realize there's actually a different color variant. It's a transparent one in purple color. Unfortunately, there's one of them got some damage on the side. I think which one? It's hard to see under the light, but oh yeah, so this one here is it's kind of damage that I never seen before. Scratches, you can't avoid it. A little bit of chip around the edges, that's okay, but this one feel like someone deliberately kind of hit it with something, so it's a dent, and it also looks like it's a bit melted as well. So I don't know what happened during transit, but this is one of the parts that is damaged, which is a shame because Lego customer service usually very good. They kind of will send the pieces out for free again or give you some additional VIP points if they're not able to fulfill the order. But unfortunately, and it's I never have this type of damage before, so it's unfortunate. But then they send out through the same service, so it's untracked. So they're gonna take you know if I'm lucky, first you need to wait for them to dispatch. But if it's a you know damage order that they try to replace, usually they dispatch that quite quickly, and then the transit. If you're lucky, it will take around 7 to 10 working days. Normally, it would take up to 20 to 25 working days. So you need to exclude weekend and all the holidays. But um, the worst case that I had was 6 months. But that was okay because after 3 months I didn't receive the order. I actually reached out and they sent the order out again, and 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 that order I actually got to because another 3 months later that order actually arrived. Um, but Lego usually just tell you to keep the second order. So there's one piece that is damaged. A bunch of other minifigure parts like different minifigure hairs. It's very hard to show here. So maybe at the end of the video I might take down the camera to show all the pieces. And there are quite a few printed tiles. So these are from the Chinese New Year set earlier this year. Just because of budget constraint, I only bought the parade set. So the other, the small display piece. It looks really nice, but just not my thing. And if I have to choose to not able to complete the whole theme, right, that was the set that I left out. And I know, it's not a licensed set, so some of the very cool printed pieces with the Chinese character became available. It's now removed from the system because it was only briefly available for, I think, 3 to 4 weeks before they decide to remove some of the pieces from retiring set. So it's actually really good, and they have specific meaning as well. So one reason that I bought the set of printed tile is, yeah, I probably won't make anything from it, but it's always good to get some printed tiles. A few parts from the Ninjago crystallized. What's that? The crystallized theme. Got the transparent pink shoulder armor. I only got 5 of them, of course, because I don't have unlimited budget. I've got like 2 of the purple space helmet. Not sure what to do with it, and then got a bunch of alphabet. I didn't buy the typewriter, so I don't have. I mean, it's a very nice set, but I'm at a point that, I mean, a lot of people are going to be the same, right? You can't just buy everything you want or everything on your wish list. So I do have some plan to use these printed alphabet letters, but not the way you think. So I pretty much got the full set A to Z. This is just part because some of the alphabet is a bestseller part, so it kind of arrive early. So these are the one that still categorized as standard. So now I've got a full set of alphabet. Some of them I got doubles because I want to play with some words. What kind of words? I won't tell you now because I haven't decided what to do with them, but the idea is to have something to play with words. This probably won't be a YouTube video, but more like maybe a shorts or a Instagram reel. But I haven't decided yet. Some of the minifigure torso that I also bought, as I mentioned, some hair pieces in a pink guitar. It's actually from the video theme. I saw them online and in stock again, so it's always good to get some music instrument. I really like getting not just Lego animals, but also music instrument as well. And then the other big tiles that you see is a football field. Unfortunately, all 3 of this is actually the most expensive parts in this order. One of them, like each of them, costs around $10, 10 New Zealand dollars. That's actually quite expensive. I actually got the other variant for the Barcelona Cup new. I didn't buy the Barcelona set, but I really like. Well, I'm a football fan, so getting a football field is pretty cool. So this is from the Real Madrid Bernabeu Stadium one. So instead of the center, instead of 3 pieces, this time it's just one big tile. So it's really cool. I don't know what kind of creation I can make, because obviously if you place a minifigure is way bigger than it's supposed to be. But it's a very nice printed tile. But unfortunately, again, I have the same problem with the Aegis. So it's not just a chip, but it's like someone deliberately damaged by stabbing it or something like that. Because it's a clear dent. So yeah, hopefully. Because this are already removed from the system, hopefully Lego's able to replace it. Otherwise, well, what can I do about it, right? But yeah, it's a really nice pieces, and it's actually pretty cool football field, and give me an idea. Maybe I can use this to explain the offside rules. A lot of people that not familiar with football always ask, "Hey, what is offside?" But nowadays it get really complicated with all the VAR stuff, right? Maybe I could use this to analyze or provide analysis of football matches that I watch. But that requires some time. For me, I don't have that much time because if I spend too much time in the evening doing my stuff, then highly likely, you know, I will be severely um, lacking sleep, and it will have a negative effect on all the other stuff. And it's not just then you're not able to focus on things, or you become a risk in driving or other stuff, but also impact um, your, I guess, how you can control your emotion. You get quite short temper for some um, very little things. Um, so yeah, I don't recommend people sacrifice sleep to other stuff. But there's some cool pieces here right now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I probably will tidy up and go to bed. But yeah, but before that, I'm gonna just take the camera and then go through some closer look of the pieces around here, because there's some really cool pieces. And unfortunately, the price increase is pretty noticeable, because the same price right here, the order is around 116 US dollars. If you look at it, well, I did order some bigger parts, but yeah, compared to maybe 2 years ago, you probably get a lot more than just the pieces here. But I guess one of the reasons is really the specialized parts that I ordered this time. It's a shame. There's one missing headgear, and also the damaged pieces. That's unfortunate, but that happens sometimes. At least it's not a missing order, because if the whole order become missing, then I think some of the parts that even Lego would like to send it out again, that they might not able to fulfill it completely, which it's not the point of my order. Because some of the time, right, I don't really I don't prefer refund and stuff, because there was a purpose, or there's a reason I placed the order. And if if, if Lego can't fulfill it, then I will be very disappointed. Not because I'm disappointed at the service provided, but more like, hey, I'm disappointed at you know the opportunity to get some of the unique parts, because believe it or not, some of the exclusive parts can be very expensive aftermarkets. Um, yeah, normally they don't sell that well, but because of price, as I mentioned in a video earlier, that it is not easy to get people to buy something at market price, because unless they really want, or there's actually demand for it, like that's the only one in the entire world, and yeah, some really rich or wealthy collector will buy it. But in general, I don't think it's that easy to liquidate any Lego collection that you have. So this is it. I'm gonna take a drink, and then move the camera a little bit to take a closer look at all the pieces that I bought today. So this is the football field, and you can see I just need to focus on the lens a little bit. Like you can see the damage here, and then here as well, and then on this side, this one is a little bit smaller, but those are very noticeable. And then this part here is also really noticeable. And you can see this is all the parts I get. The Chinese New Year printed tile. I just refocus the camera a little bit. You can see, those are all the alphabet I bought. The minifigure parts. This minifigure is actually pretty cool. And then, the minifigure tribute piece. And then here is all the minifigure. You can see the alternate facial expression. I really like this one. Um, Actually, I like all of them. And then the one with face mask. And I think I bought that one in the previous order. Uh, but I thought I'd just get some extra just in case. The crystallized armor piece, well, shoulder armor piece, and then some of the pink hair. That's actually from the Megan Rapinoe minifigure from the woman football set. But they're gonna use this hairpiece a lot in some of the 2024 set. So it's a really cool hairstyle. Unfortunately, I missed the opportunity to get the extra blue and blonde one. It was on brick and pieces for a brief moment before the whole merge, and it got removed. Some, the guitar here and some other cool headgear and hair pieces. And this one is a mask from Ninjago. Unfortunately, you can't remove the head, because if I can remove the head, I can actually make a Street Fighter. Well, in Japan, they call Vega, but in the foreign market, the character is called Balog. So it's actually, the mask is really good representation of his mask, but unfortunately, it's a dual molded head. But it's still very cool, headgear if you want to make some ninja assassin or something like that. And that's it. Hopefully, like a response soon enough, and let me know, what they're gonna do with the damaged pieces. Hopefully, they're gonna send out, or they are able to send out the damaged pieces, because I really want those pieces without damages. And that's it. Tomorrow I'll see what happened, because it's time for me to upload more minifigure shots for the upcoming weeks. So we'll see how it goes. If all the family stuff gets sorted earlier, then I might able to continue to build a fantastical tree house again. And yeah, that's it. And time to take some rest for me.